have a morning where we could all just talk, we'll just go around the room and talk about everything. And I'll start doing a weather forecast for everybody,
What if it's positive? Like we can talk about the weather, but we've got to be like joy filled about it. Like
Yeah,
we're so
listen.
excited that it's negative 24 point something in wherever.
I talked to Tracy Turnberg from Wisconsin yesterday, and I'm talking about grumpy. Now I'm sure Tracy's on here this morning, or if he's not, he'll be getting home. But I'm talking about this guy was grumpy. I don't know if he just finished shoveling snow off his porch, but man, he wasn't happy. So I'm like, okay. So, and he said, you don't understand. So, and I guess I don't, because my toes were cold at 37 yesterday. But good to see everybody. Happy Tuesday. Big waves to you. Good to see everybody. So our word for today, I got to tell you this. I was bragging on this, everybody on this community yesterday, to a guy that I do some property management work with. And I was telling him about this 9 a.m. Zoom we do every morning, Central Time. And I'm like, people tune in all over the world, literally. We started it to be a couple of weeks long, and now it's, I don't know how long it's been, a couple of years. But you guys just don't know what you mean to us. I mean, words can't describe what this 9 o'clock has meant. If you'd have told me that I had to get up every 5 days a week and prepare for a word of the day, I'd have said, no, thank you. But it's become one of the things that I really, truly enjoy doing, is just spending a couple of minutes with you. So our word for today is habits. Habits going into the new year. And again, thank you for everybody submitting the words. But habits, if you look at it, it's a recurrent, often unconscious pattern of behavior that is acquired through frequent repetition. Now, when I saw that, I went, bathroom for me at night. Bathroom, like going to the restroom, like having to wake up at night and go to the restroom. That's repetitious for me. I was supposed to be funny, but Andrea looked at me like I lost my mind. So, all right, well, that's what I thought about. An established deposition of the mind or character. So here's where I went this morning with habits. And I guess I've got my mind focused on 2023 and things I want to accomplish personally. But Jack Canfield, and I've used this quote a lot, just as I've thought about things with myself, your habits will determine your future. And right now I'm in that. You know, I've told you guys, I've been vulnerable with you that for a while now, I didn't feel like I was as healthy as I should be. You know, I could hide it in my clothes, but I was like, I'm 47 years old. At 46, I'll be honest with you, it was probably one of my years where I was sick more at 46 than I've been my entire life. And so when I turned 47, I went into 47 and said, this is going to be my healthiest year yet. Like, I am absolutely going to crush this thing. And so I just kept having to announce it to people, right? So I could be held accountable. And then I read a book or listened to the audio of Bright Line Eating, thanks to Andrea and Darren Zobrist. And I started doing it. So I've told you, I'm going to keep you in tune to my victories, but I got some time to go, but I'm almost 25 pounds down and I'm forming some habits. And if you've never read, going into the new year, Atomic Habits, we're going to give a couple of copies away today. Okay. And so stay to the end, but Atomic Habits, Andrea is showing you right there. Great read. I highly recommend it if you're looking for a transformation in whatever, spiritually, your health, your finances. Maybe it's your business. Maybe you just want to flourish more. I got to say this. I know I'm going to be over time today. I was on a Zoom with a gentleman, Doesn't matter, but just hear me out. This was yesterday. Yesterday at about 3 o'clock, I got on a Zoom with a gentleman that is earning about $450,000 a month average. Okay. And he was so giddy talking about the charitable organizations he'd been able to contribute to this year and what he'd done for his congregation and his church. And he was just like, there's just so many little wins happening in my life because of this. And he was just giddy about all the help, you know? And as I'm talking to him, I just got to the end and I said, I got a question for you. Like, could you, if you're okay with it, would you share with me some of your habits? Some of your habits. And I'm going to share with you some things that kind of lined up with what he said. Number one, he said, his name was Alfred, by the way, but he said, identify and understand what you want to change. So what is it right now that you could identify that you want to change in your life? That you want to make better in 2023? You got to identify it. He said, I had to rid myself of negativity. He said, the first company I was with, I learned a lot, but I surrounded myself with the wrong people. And he said, the people I surrounded myself with had brilliant talents, brilliant skills. They taught me a lot, but they were always seeking the easier way to do things. And he said, then I got involved and I got to do it on my own. And I just applied the principles, but I ridded myself of negativity in my life. I turned off the news sources and I decided I was going to focus on creating this abundance in my life. And he said, within a year, now listen, for everybody that's wondered about business, he spent 10 years not having any success in his profession. And within a year, he'd made about $500,000. Halfway through the next year, he'd made his first $1 million. Applying the principles, but eliminating the negativity, surrounding himself with the right people. How many people have you learned things from in your life, but they were extremely toxic? I can think about people in my life I rode the roads with that I learned a tremendous amount from, but they were toxic. So take that knowledge, but then surround it with a new group of people. That's what he was saying yesterday. He said, then I started exercising more. He said, I decided I have to exercise. I got to get the oxygen flowing. And then he said, I've spent a period of my time, at the end of the day, I'm a greedy human financially. I want it all for myself. And he said, I decided, no, the more I'm blessed, I'm going to bless. So I'm going to be kind to more people. I'm going to find ways to help. And he said, when I started doing that, things just started happening in my life. God just blessed me even more with an abundance. He said, I had to build a support network. It's lonely out there. How many of you would agree with that? When you're trying to thrive, it's lonely. Your family don't understand. Your kids might not understand. Like the person you care most about might not understand. You got to find a support network that understands your journey. And then you got to take baby steps. Last thing he said, you got to take baby steps. And I said, so you're saying string wins together. He said, it's all about stringing wins together. Like you got to get just so energized with stringing wins together. And I thought that's what forms the habits. So great lesson. I enjoyed speaking to this gentleman yesterday. So, and enjoyed sharing it with you guys, what he had to say. So Andrea, I'll turn it to you.
Thank you, Coach. And that was a powerful lesson. So the quote that I found that I loved was, good habits are as addictive as bad habits and a lot more rewarding. And that's Harvey Mackay. And I just think about this 75 hard that I'm on day 65 today. And all it really is a habit creator. All it did was force me to put some good habits into my day. And because I'm competitive with myself, I wasn't able to give them up, right? But it's been really a pretty phenomenal journey. I highly recommend it to anybody. Maybe start at a warmer time of the year, but I highly recommend it. It's been really, really great. But I was just thinking about, like, how do we pull better habits? And I'll be real quick because I think I've got like 2 minutes. But first thing we have to do is recognize the bad ones, right? So we all have bad habits. One of mine is I say right a lot. My dad calls me out on that all the time. So I just heard it again. But we all have bad habits in our life that are just part of us. They're just ingrained because we're used to them. So at first thing was kind of look around and see, what am I doing that is not really serving them? Next is to eliminate those triggers. So maybe one of my bad habits is the ice cream before bed, right? I wish, but it's not. But anyways, let's pretend. Well, I have to eliminate the triggers. So maybe when I go to the grocery store, I don't pick up my favorite flavor of ice cream. I get the wild stuff that the kids like that I don't like as a grown-up, right? So, oh, there I did again. So eliminate those triggers so that you don't set yourself up for failure. Next is make the decision. Coach talks about this all the time. Make that decision, announce it to the world. And then I'm going to end here because I don't want to run too long, but it's.
No, you go ahead. I'm sorry I took so long. You go
ahead.
No,
you're okay. Well, okay. I'm going to talk really, really fast and you guys just keep up. So start with tiny goals. So pick something small to improve on, feel that win so that you can the next one is work on those bigger goals that are a little bit harder to achieve, but you got that confidence backbone with you. Next is keep yourself accountable. So get that accountability partner, announce it to the world, let people know, hey, I'm doing this. And will you do it with me, or, however that works? Next is to take some breaks. We all know that we're going to have up days and we're going to have down days. So build it into your life to know that you're not the Energizer Bunny. You're pretty amazing. I think you are, but we all need a little bit of downtime. And then lastly, share your victories. So if you're winning, when you're winning at anything. So maybe it is that you just remembered to floss every single day this week, right? It's a small, tiny little win, but you did it. Well, announce those victories, right? Cheer yourself on. I said it again. Cheer yourself on and share those victories with the world. So thank you for this, Coach. Y'all have a beautiful Tuesday.
Oh, and we've got to give a book away.
Oh, yes.
We've got to give a couple of books away. Okay. So I'm feeling it. Atomic Habits. This is a great read. But before we do, I'm putting something on Instagram. So if anybody is doing Instagram stories, here's your chance to take a picture of the Coach Corner. Could y'all wave back at me really quick? Just a big wave, like get the waves going. Awesome. Okay. Thank you for that. All right. So in the comments, put habit in the comments. Habits in the comments. Andrea, I want to give 2 away. I want to give 2 Atomic Habit books. We'll mail them out to you. Excited to see who's the winner of this. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Who do we got?
Okay, so we have Jane Rouse and Sandy McFarland. Congratulations.
Oh, 2 good ones. 2 awesome.
Okay. I'm so sure. I'm sorry.
Okay. Here's another thing I'm going to do. I'm going to give 2 more away, but here's what I'm going to do. This is going to be on social media. So all you have to do is go post something in your stories, post something on social media. We're going to scan through them today, We're going to pick 2 people off social media. And again, it builds your following, right? Build your following about what you're doing, what's going on. So alert people about the Coach's Corner. This is such a blessing to have you guys each and every morning. So send your addresses to Andrea. She probably already has them, but send them anyway. and we're going to get you Atomic Habits sent out the door. Love you guys. Grateful for you. Have a great day.
Love you guys. Have a beautiful Tuesday.
See you guys.
Thank you.